how long have you been together?
Well,
10-year anniversary.
10 years married.
Been married 10 years.
Between the two of you, who would you say has invested more financially in the relationship?
Ooh, financially into the relationship. Me.
Well,
starting out.
So when I was a student, a medical student in like medical school, she was working as a nurse, so she like supported us through when I was making no money. So before it was her, and now it's me as we've grown older. So
Yes.
Now, what is it that he was able to bring, if not money, when you were making more?
Well, I think love isn't about money and shouldn't be judged on that. But I mean, he's an amazing person inside and out, like just a beautiful person. So I fell in love with him for him and not for his money. We went through, college together, then medical school together, then residency together, then fellowship together. Now finally he has a job 15 years later. But so now I'm taking a backseat and I'm going to hang out now for a little bit.
Do you feel like long term it's always better for the man to be head of household with the financials?
No, I mean, I was head of household for a long time, and I think just as long as you have a good partnership, I think that's all that really matters, this partnership.
yeah, there doesn't have to be like defined
Yeah.
roles and like who does what. I mean, we both have our side hustles, and like right now, like I commit more to like overall stability, but like she pulls in whatever she can, like, and it's all good. It's not like me versus you. It's not my money, your money. We keep it all together. It's not a big deal.
And I think you'll be happiest in a relationship when you're doing what makes you happy, and as long as your partner has you support each other, then that's all that matters.
What's your age?
30. 38.
What's the most challenging thing about dating in your 30s as a man?
I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I've moved to different places throughout the country, and I feel like for men, it takes longer, especially as an entrepreneur, to become successful. So I've almost backed off from dating just because I feel like as a man, it takes a little bit longer emotionally and mentally to mature, but also get to a place where you need to have a certain amount of money to bring a woman into your life. And for me, I'm still in that process of building. And so I've kind of pushed dating off a little bit.
But a lot of women will say, men don't have to think that they have to have it all figured out for me to settle down with him. Do you disagree or agree with that?
I completely disagree. Women say a lot of things, but how they actually really feel don't always line up. Maybe the woman I'm with is super okay with me being on that journey and working and hustling and whatnot, but as a male, for me personally, that just feels like too much pressure. And over time, there's a clock. No matter what anybody says, there's a clock and to a point where eventually that's going to put strain on the dynamic, right? And the woman I feel will, or at least I will feel like there's pressure, or she's like taking care of you like your mom.
What's your age?
I'm 22.
How tall are you?
I'm about 6'2".
And in heels?
And these about 6'3", 6'4".
So how tall do you want your man to be, realistically?
He doesn't have to be my height. I prefer about 6 foot or over, but I find that it's never the girl that has a problem with the height, it's the guy that does.
Why?
I don't know, you might have to ask the tall men that.
But 99% of women say 6 foot and up, including yourself.
Well, that's because I'm 6'2".
But even women who are 5'5" or 5'7".
Well, I can't speak for all that. I'm not asking for a man that's taller than me. I'm asking for a man that can handle me being taller than him.
So you think it's more in the man's insecurity?
Not always. I think everyone has their preferences, but I have found that in my case exclusively, that it sometimes can be.
So you feel like as a tall woman, you intimidate a lot of men?
I say I intimidate a lot of people, period.
Has your height affected your dating life, do you feel?
More so when I was little. I was a little bit more, I wasn't quite as confident as I was now with my height. My last name's also Little, which doesn't quite help.
How old are you?
I'm really good. It's my birthday.
How old are you? What
21. Okay, 21.
Are you a virgin?
Yes.
So why haven't you done it yet?
¿Por qué no lo has hecho todavía?
Estoy buscando a la persona.
She's finding the right one.
Can I be the right one?
Maybe.
So if I wanted to take you on a first date, where would you want to go?
Dinner.
Dinner, where?
Whatever.
How much? How much should I spend?
¿Cuánto debería de gastar?
I really no me I don't
care.
Sí, I don't care.
You don't care about money?
I don't care
Why not?
because como tengo mi dinero.
I have my own
Yeah.
money.
So
I have my own money.
Tengo mi dinero, perros.
so be honest with me.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you.
If we were together, is my money our money and your money yours? Or is
Eran juntos es su dinero será tu dinero y tu dinero será tu dinero.
No.
Your
No.
money is your money.
No, yo dije no.
Oh no.
No.
what is it then?
Because it's together.
So your
It's como a treat, como
so your money is my money too.
Que si tu dinero también sería dinero de él.
Yes.
So if you wanted to spoil me as a man, what would you do for me?
Que si le quisieras como hacer cumplir los caprichos o sea, ¿qué irías? O sea, ¿qué le comprarías pues?
Lo que él quisiera.
Dilo en inglés.
No, dilo. No.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
How much did your fiance spend on the ring?
Spin?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a definitely impulse buyer, for sure.
How much did he spend on the ring?
Oh, on the ring?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you have any
Enough,
ideas?
enough.
Let's
10?
honestly talk about it.
Ideas of what?
Whoa. Watch yourself, man. What are you doing?
Ideas of
Are you good?
I'm honestly perfect.
Why are you perfect?
Why am I perfect?
Yeah. Tell me.
Because let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Can I not hold a microphone?
No, you
anymore?
can't. No, you can't.
I think I should.
No, I don't think you should.
You don't think I should?
Nah.
I don't think that you're gonna have a popping TikTok unless I open the fucking mic.
Well, yo, keep popping it open then. I got the mic. You got the
what
lips.
I think is
got the mouth.
content of what everyone wants in Austin, it's not giving anymore. Bitches aren't really serving the way that they should anymore in 6th Street.
How should they serve?
They should be serving a little bit different, but what are you bringing to the table?
Who, me?
Yeah.
As a person or what?
Yeah, what are you bringing to the interview?
Individuality.
You're interviewing some lame ass bitch.
I'm interviewing you.
Bitch. Anyways, I'm sorry. Let's cancel it.
How do you feel about your wife having guy friends?
It's all good. I trust her. I've always trusted her. I mean, she hasn't given me any reason to not trust her. And I think that having that mutual trust and respect goes a real long way.
Yeah.
She's not going to be the one that like stays late with a guy that I don't know or like do anything that's going to make me worried. And I try to do the same.
Yeah. I think trust is the most important thing in a relationship.
So do you feel the same way about him having female friends?
Yeah, I do too.
Now, what are some boundaries that you'd have put in place
For what?
as far as like the friendship goes? What's allowed versus what's not allowed?
I think honestly we haven't even had to have that talk because it's never come to that. Like we both have trust in each other and we both, what do you think? You're spacing.
Yeah, I mean, part of my job involves like a lot of like
Yeah.
female clients and stuff. And
Like he's a plastic surgeon, so he does breast augmentations and like all that stuff. And I think back in the day I would have been a little concerned, like, oh my gosh, what if a cute girl comes in and flips her, but this is his profession and this is his job and he has to, and other people smirk and smile, but to him this is like a normal,
yeah, it's
sort of-
just
and
my
he's
job,
so
man. It's
good.
just my job,
And then
But surely he's got to be thinking when he sees a woman with a bad pair or, some bad work done. That's the first thing that comes to his mind. You don't
you
think
never say it though.
so? You don't think that his profession gives him that outside relief of experiencing other women?
No, I think it's his job. I think once it becomes your job, you see it every single day. Like, boobs are boobs, and he's here to fix them and help them. Or, he does amazing work, and I love watching seeing his results and everything. So I don't think he he thinks of it like that, so I try not to think of it like that, even though sometimes, of course, it's a little tough.
Yeah, you know, and I'm a plastic surgeon, but I can't create better than what God made, and he already did perfection right here.
So you wouldn't do work on your wife?
She doesn't need it.
Thanks, babe.
Do you think that men or women have higher expectations for each other when it comes on to dating in 2023?
Ooh. I don't know. Honestly, I'm a feminist. I still think it's women, unfortunately. I don't really have an explanation for why. I just think for social media, every gender has an increased expectation for every other gender.
So what do men expect from women as opposed to vice versa?
I'm not a man, so I don't quite know how to answer that. But vice versa.
But as a feminist, what do you think?
What do I think? I like to think that men expect a woman who can handle them when they're emotionally vulnerable. I think that's something that is slowly coming back into phase in 2023, is that men also need to cry. Crying makes you sleep better, crying makes you feel better, and it's good for your skin. But I think there is a certain level of men should be able to let down their guard around women and not feel the need to put on a big facade that they do with some of their guy friends. I'm not saying that in every case, but in some cases, I feel like there is this whole masculine v masculine having to out-top the other guy, and I feel like around your significant other, you shouldn't have to do that.
And the reason why there's been so much pressure on men, or they feel so much pressure to hold things in, is because
social media, I'd say. Men and women alike both have an outrageous amount of expectation placed on them. Like, women are expected, from what I've seen on TikTok, once again, women are expected to be slutty but a prude at the same time.
Would you be open to dating a woman who didn't have a job?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that, like, to his point too, the world has changed so much that now, like, a standard, like, the average salary is $40,000 a year. That's not enough to support a wife and kids if it's a single income household. So the lifestyle that we want to have, which is, like, we've kind of talked about this, is we would like to be able to live a life where the women, our wives, don't have to work. They can if they want to, but they don't have to. And so to attain a level of wealth, to be able to provide that to them, have nannies for the kids, make life easy, that's still a work in progress. So that's the next step.
Now, do you think a woman would be open to dating a man who doesn't have a job?
Probably not.
Probably not.
And why is that?
Different values. Men and women value different things.
I think it depends on her age, right? Like, if a girl's 20 and she just wants to have fun, or even if it's a divorced woman in her 40s and she just wants to have fun, she doesn't care. But if it's semi-serious to serious, she's going to want a guy to have a job because she wants stability and security.
Do you think men and women communicate in the same way?
No, not at all.
How do men communicate as opposed to women?
I mean, there's the traditional, like, concept that men communicate with logic and reasoning and women communicate more from emotion. It's like the common conundrum where your wife comes home and tells you, like, she wants to tell you about your day, about her day, but, you know, you want to solve her problems when she's telling you about her problems. That's just a classic miscommunication, because women tend to connect through bonding over a little bit of, I don't want to say trauma, but, like, bonding over an emotion. So sharing an emotion, and then them, like, if she's talking to her girlfriend, they're going to be like, oh, that must have been so hard for you, give you a hug. That was a bonding experience. For men, that's not how men bond. Men bond by either sharing a story or by teaching something. Men communicate by teaching.
Problem solving.
Problem solving, exactly.
So a woman doesn't necessarily always want her problems to be solved by her man.
Not always, and I think that's why it's important, if you're a man, to ask. Like, a woman will usually tell you, if she has a problem, just ask, hey, are you in a mood where you want me to solve this? Or do you want me to just hear you and listen to you? And most of the time, she'll just fucking tell you what she wants.